So January 1st, I decided to fund a Moomoo account with $100 to prove to you it's not about how much money you have in your account. It all comes down to the strategy and the approach you have with it. So we decided to do a small account challenge with $100. So in today's video, we're going to be doing an update on this challenge. We're going to be talking about the positions we took, why we got in, why we sold. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you guys do, hit that like button and subscribe. And if you guys want to learn more about swing trading and how I am a full-time swing trader, how I find stocks, the scanners, the approach, the strategy, check out our school. It's fantastic. And you guys can get 51% off by using code challenge. Only one spot left. Use that code, sign up, code challenge, 51% off. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat. It's like a final, it's like a college class. We have a final exam. It's awesome. So click that link, sign up, and guys, let's jump into this. So our $100 has grown to a whopping $105, which might not seem like much, but $5 is over 5% returns with this account, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, you're probably saying, Carter, how do you ever expect to grow this? Well, one, I understand the long-term goal of this account, right? I understand that trading isn't easy and it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And there's a way to grow an account, but it just takes time. I've been swing trading full time for 7 years, so I have a strategy. We'll talk about it, but yeah, it's gonna happen, and we'll talk about why. So let's turn to the computer and kind of show you guys here our approach. All right, so this was the stock, ticker symbol ENB. Now, looking at this here on the daily time frame, you guys will notice that we have this great upward trend. So before I ever take a position and when I'm trying to grow an account or even just make money, with my larger account, I have a list of rules, a list of criteria, that checklist. So the first thing I have is going to be a trend, an upward trend. Trends are probably one of the most underutilized things new traders don't pay attention to. They expect the stock on a downward trend to magically recover, when in reality, it's just better to find a stock with buying pressure with an upward trend. So that's the first thing on my list. The second thing is going to be support. You guys can see where it sold off and hit this blue line. This blue line is what we call the 90-day moving average line. So this right here is an absolute great move because in the past, you guys can see where it sold off to that point of contact and we had that good move going up. So when the stock sold off, we had that good indication of a possible reversal. The next thing here is going to be looking at something called the RSI. The RSI stands for the Relative Strength Index. This pretty much tracks momentum. At the time, I was trading for near and around about a 29. Last time I was trading for a 29 was back in here, and what happened? Huge buying pressure. Previous to that was back in here, where we had this good move, right? So now I go, okay, breaking down that checklist, we have a stock on an upward trend, sold off down to that 90-day moving average line, which is a support line. Sometimes we'll use trend lines. Sometimes we'll use both of them. Also, another thing on my checklist is the RSI. I want an undervalued RSI and look back at the previous point of contact where it's trading at. So maybe you find a stock at a 35 on the RSI. What I would do is go back and look what happened when the stock was trading at a 35 in the past. So now here, the next thing is I go to a lower time frame. I want to go here to this 1 hour chart. So now each candlestick, instead of 1 day, represents 1 hour. Now, looking at this, you guys will see this general downward trend. This is why I always wait for confirmation, because even if you would have got in here, the stock continued to sell off. So what you want to do is you want to set and just move your alert as the stock sells off above this trend line. So the stock popped up, and actually we missed the entry point right here. We could have got in literally at a little over $41 instead of $41.60 because of that. But we missed the boat, which does happen. So if you miss it, do you want to chase? No, you want to wait for some sort of support level or pullback. So you guys can see when we pop these moving average lines back up, it popped up and started using them as support again. So now we got in near and around that 41.60, keeping our stop loss, so the max amount of money we're willing to lose, just below it at about, the 41.16 mark, risking 1% for a possible push back up to highs at 41. So we risked about $1 to make about $4, which I know you're saying, Carter, that's not good. So imagine we do this every single week. So we start out with $100, and we imagine we take one trade per week here, risking that 2% with the 4-to-1 risk and reward. And imagine we're right 50% of the time, which if you have a good scanner, if you have good charting, if you have that stuff, your win loss can easily be 55 to 75% all day long. But mine averages actually near and around about 82 to 85%. But you guys can see our end balance at the end of the year is $437, which is astonishing from $100. Meaning, if this was $1,000, you're looking at almost $4,000, right? If you guys had $10,000, right now you're looking at 43,000. So you can see where it would be kind of achievable to quit your 9 to 5, to grow that account. So that $100, the only thing that's separating you from making more money isn't your strategy, it's your account size. So I wanted to show you guys that because it's very, very important here. Now, right now here, also, that tool we use is used with Moomoo. So I'll put a link to Moomoo down below. It's the broker I use. They're awesome. So if you want to sign up with them, you guys can get up to 20 free stock. But now you're saying, Carter, well, why did you sell? Well, it's very, very simple here. The approach that I had was kind of just keeping this stock. As the stock moved up and up and up, I really liked keeping it below this yellow line, which is the 50-day moving average line. And so it popped up, it hit it as support here, and we kept literally our stop loss right below it. Because if it broke through that, I was just going to honestly just take my profit and move on to other opportunity. But the stock continued to rally, and we did the same thing, keeping it. The second the stock broke through it, we just got out, and moved on. And that's exactly what we did. And yes, the stock could move back up to $45, $46, $50. But as a trader, you can't pay attention to that. We did our job. Our job is to make money and grow this account. So this 5% return that we made off this is awesome. If I average 3% per month, I'm better than 95% of all traders in the world. So, we just got to be consistent and continue to follow our checklist and our approach. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget, you guys can use code CHALLENGE to get 51% off. Only one spot left. So if you're interested, sign up, use that code. You won't regret it. So we'll see you guys. Take care.